Welcome everyone.
Then X.
Dito?
It might look backwards, but can they see it?
Yeah, bakit backward?
No, but for them, can they read it? Ask them.
I'm going to sign in as
You're on mic. You're on.
I think we're on.
Can they see the background?
Just have to mute. There we go.
Yeah.
Or they can see the back, huh?
Baliktad naman.
No, it's just for them.
Sa akin baliktad.
But it's... Okay,
I don't have the credentials for Livermore Fil-Am Facebook. I should text for it.
Wow, Arthur, you curled your hair.
You look good, Arthur. You look really good.
I had it in one and I let it go and it's just doing its own thing now. I can't control it.
That's good. Why I can't see myself? Ruby.
Hi, Lani. I'm just gonna turn off my thing here.
Hey, that envelope you got last week from Linda, was that from my niece's uncle?
I have not checked it, Lani. I don't have the mail yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the background, Auntie Terry.
But can you see my face though? I can see my face.
You look like a ghost.
I know, it's just the lettering.
Your eyes or your mouth.
I think I need to take out the
Like
lettering.
Moto a little bit.
Cannot see. So now you can't see me.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Welcome everyone. We are live now, but we will start shortly. Most likely at 1:05. I just want to let people come in and gather and get situated. Or not. I mean, some people might be driving and watching, which is kind of scary too, but possible. So welcome. I hope you're safe and healthy wherever you are, because this is broadcasted worldwide.
Hi, Meryl.
I took out the background because I could not see myself.
Yeah, here in this. Do you have the meeting ID?
Meeting ID. Yeah. Hold on. Meeting ID. Webinar 861 1487 7188.
So we're supposed to wear Filipiniana?
I just put on a top.
756.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't dress Filipiniana. Sorry.
Just a barong dress.
Auntie Ruby, how does it look as an attendee? Can you see it?
Yeah, actually, we're on already, right?
Yeah.
So everybody can see us now. I'm checking out my computer, yeah, on my phone. So you open the webinar, yeah?
Yeah. Sounds good. It's 1:00. I want to welcome everyone to Filipino Barrio Fiesta 2020. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to start shortly in 5 minutes. I just want to give some time for people to gather, maybe 5 more minutes, and then we'll start the event. Welcome, welcome. What's funny about this year is that it's actually early. I think about it and I've looked at some of the past dates, and most of them are at least past the 5th. Um, so it feels like it would have been next week, but it's like as soon as the month turned, here we are. So um, just a fun fact. Put you up top. Okay, that's good. Can you guys hear my fan or no? I'm just gonna assume no.
I hear a humming.
Okay.
It stopped.
Christina's not here yet?
No, she's on a getaway actually. She's traveling, so I am taking her place.
And Vivian?
And let me see. Is not here yet.
Hi, Corey.
Corey
I saw Corey.
is on.
Welcome everybody.
So, did you guys get my chat that I'm monitoring the chat room? So I will take care of questions and stuff.
Thank you, Auntie.
We are recorded, right?
Yes, it's recording now.
Doesn't say so here, so. My end.
We have 2 more minutes and then I'll start. Hopefully everybody's comfortable. You all can see the altar and the banner. That's good. How was everybody's morning?
Excited.
Much better.
Yeah.
There's
That's
sun
good.
and we can breathe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
I
blue
know.
sky.
Blue skies is amazing. Just like that. I couldn't imagine if we had this live in physical person, what it would be like leading up to the event, because we'd have to monitor whether it was safe air quality, even.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about that since Friday, because the air quality is in the high 170, 180. Unhealthy.
Yeah. Very, very, especially for our more vulnerable people. And Filipinos suffer from asthma. A lot of Filipinos suffer from asthma. But a lot of us smoke too, so there's like a correlation between both.
Yeah, I have one. I have asthma.
Yeah. Yeah, I have asthma also.
Yeah. But it's bright today.
Yeah, I encourage you all to take in the sun if you after this, if you can. Just a short walk even. It's good for you. Okay, it's 1:05. I'm going to start.
So,
Go ahead.
Arthur, you received my chat. Did you read that on with Cherry? I resent her the link with the panelist because we
Okay.
can't. Okay, so okay, she's in as Livermore Fil-Am now, which I can Cherry's daughter. So are we able to both be Livermore Fil-Am instead of being Cherry? If she changes her screen, will it
It
matter?
looks like it. I mean, you're both in as panelists, so
Okay.
You.
you just have to determine which one's which.
Let's see if she gets audio.
Do you want to test, Auntie Cherry?
Yes. Hi.
There you go. Check, check. Good.
Okay, if under participant, if you click on that, there's 2 Livermore Fil-Ams.
Yes.
So Cherry, look for the one that says me and see if you could change the participant name to your name.
Participant.
Yeah.
Laika, papalitan daw yung participant.
You can click on more, and then the drop-down menu will have a rename feature, and then you can just rename yourself.
Oh,
Participant.
Yeah.
participant?
Oh.
So where it says Livermore participant, Livermore Fil-Am me. Look for that, Cherry.
Livermore Fil-Am me. Okay.
Change
and
it
then
to your
more,
name.
right? Rename.
Right. Rename it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I sent you my link. So we're both logged in as Livermore Fil-Am.
Oh, well, rename again. Sorry.
Okay. So just spell your name right and we're set.
Sorry.
H.
Perfecto. Hello. Okay, now you can start.
All right, I just muted all of you, so I'm going to take the floor now. Welcome, everyone. My name is Arthur Brinke. I'm so glad that you're here today. It is Filipino Barrio Fiesta. Woo! 2020. It's a retrospective. So what that means is we'll be looking back upon all of the years of our work, or what is labeled as work, which is really just our life, and just celebrating that, celebrating each other and the accomplishments that we've gone through, and giving us hope for the future and what that holds in terms of what we want to accomplish. So with that, I want to thank you all for being here once again. And then once again, my name is Arthur Brinke. If you don't know me, you should message me, and then we should get to know each other, because, yeah, I'm a fun person to know. In any case, I do want to have a moment of silence, which usually happens at every barrio at the beginning. And this moment of silence today, I want it to be for everyone. So for all those that have passed due to coronavirus or not to coronavirus, to all those who are stressed out because of all the things that are happening in the world, and just to everybody as well. In the past, it's been for the ancestors, and that hasn't changed. I still take a moment of silence for the ancestors as well. But I want to include ourselves in this too, and hope to find peace in this moment of silence. Thank you all for that, and thank yourselves for giving yourselves a moment of silence. The ancestors are thankful for you. With that, I hope that we move forward with the ancestors' blessings on this occasion, Filipino Barrio Fiesta Retrospective 2020. I hope that we all have fun and we have memories that come up that bring us joy as we look at our dances and the people that we've connected with. It's a small portion of everything that's happened because I haven't captured anything, but or everything, but hopefully it's a good portion and it reminds you of all the goodness of Filipino Barrio Fiesta. With that, I'm going to go on to the national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose white stripes and bright stars ng araw ng lumahati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you, everyone. And now we'll have Auntie Cherry Marcelo with a prayer.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to do our first virtual Fil-Am Barrio Fiesta. We thank you for all the officers and board of directors who made this event possible. We thank you for our sponsors who willingly shared their blessings. We thank you for our members and non-members who are joining us today. Bestow on us your guidance and blessings, Lord, so that we can enjoy and appreciate the significance of this event in our lives. Bless everyone present today, that each may be able to share, appreciate, and be thankful of what we have. May this event be a success and continue to bless Fil-Am as we continue to grow and be able to deliver our mission. We humbly pray, dear Lord, for all the victims of fire and COVID-19, that they will receive continuous healing and strength, and this pandemic will end. Grant us good health and safety, Lord. Grant us peace and healing. We ask all of this for the greater glory of God. Amen.
Thank you, Auntie. See, we're starting to cook over here, actually. If you can hear the oil frying, we're doing Filipino things over here. Cooking in the backyard. In any case, I'd like to play a sponsor video and give thanks to our sponsors. Thank you to Vasco Dental for their sponsorship. Thank you to JJ's Lechon from Mountain House. Thank you to Daddy Baker. And thank you to Sally and Jean's Catering. Great. So I'm going to go over the schedule now, and then some of the rules, and then we'll get into the show. So first we'll have a pre-Barrio video, which means things that were happening prior to our first Barrio Fiesta in 2016. Barrio Fiesta has actually been happening for close to 30 years. I mean, back in the early 90s, there was also Barrio Fiesta happening throughout the Tri-Valley, or a gathering of the Tri-Valley at the Pleasanton Fairgrounds. But that's a little history. So we'll have a video for that. We'll have a 2016 slideshow and video. Then I'm going to read our proclamation that we got from the city of Livermore in 2016. And then we'll have some comments from our panelists, which is members and officers of the Livermore Fil-Am, about the 2016 Filipino Barrio Fiesta and just events that were surrounding that time. We'll get into 2017 and do a slideshow for 2017, and then we'll have commentary as well. And then I have a small tribute video to Auntie Myrna, who was teaching us Filipino dances, traditional dances, for so long. I was looking at all of this, and it was like probably 2:30 at night last night, and it really hit me that we danced for a long time. I mean, and all the aunties and all the panelists and all the members have been dancing for a while. So I really want to thank Auntie Myrna for that, and also I'm really proud and happy that we're able to do that and provide that and bring that on here in Livermore. It's really a special thing. And then from there, we'll go on to 2018. We'll do a slideshow and video, and then we'll do commentary for that. And then 2019, with the same thing, we'll do the slideshow and then commentary as well. I have a few rules for the panelists. We're going to mute, and then just raise your hands and I will unmute you if you'd like to talk during the commentary. I know it would be fun if we just all unmuted and started talking. It would be like a party, a Filipino party, right? And we could just chismes. But I think for the sake of, sanity, for our attendees, I'll have it organized a little bit. So there's that. All right, so let's get into the video for pre-Barrio Fiesta. Livermore Fil-Am, actually, I do want to take a second to thank and congratulate Livermore Fil-Am for continuing to hold our culture true in the Tri-Valley for so long. And things have always been happening even prior to any of the events that I've done and we've done in downtown. So there's a long, rich history there, and I really want to thank them. And I also want to ask if you'd like to support. You can always support Livermore Fil-Am at livermorefil-am.org. There's a donate button, or you can send me money. I mean, I'll take it. And I'll donate it. Don't worry. And with that, I'll go ahead and get into prior to 2016 Barrio Fiesta. really enjoyed that Filipiniana. I like that setup. I don't know where that location is. Before I get into the next video, I'd also like to apologize for any technical difficulties that might occur. We're on Zoom, so I mean, we're all doing the best we can. And also, if I wasn't able to get you into any of the videos, I apologize as well. There was a very limited sample size that I had to gather things from. But I did the best I could, and please know that I appreciate everything throughout the years, everybody and all the connections. Thank you all so much for attending, being part of, just even thinking about Filipino Barrio Fiesta. It means a lot. Now I'm going to read the proclamation that we received in 2016. Turn around. Just turn it like that. This is a proclamation of the City of Livermore proclaiming Filipino American History Month, October 2016. Whereas the first recorded presence of Filipinos in the continental United States is October 18, 1587, when the Spanish galleon Nuestra Señora de Esperanza landed in Morro Bay, California, and whereas Filipinos are the largest Asian minority group in Livermore today and the largest Asian American group in the state of California, and whereas the historical contribution by Filipinos to Livermore started with farming and tending roses in the Livermore Valley, most notably the nationally recognized Veterans Memorial Rose Garden at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, and whereas the Livermore Fil-Am organization is a nonprofit organization promoting awareness of Philippine culture and heritage through a Filipino Barrio Fiesta event on October 9th, 2016. Whereas Filipino Barrio Fiesta showcases Filipino American dance, music, and culture while connecting individuals with Filipino organizations, businesses, and services. Now therefore, the City Council of the City of Livermore proclaims October 2016 as Filipino American History Month in recognition of the contributions of Filipino Americans in our community. Wow, we did that. That was a very special day. We'll open it up to some comments if any of the panelists would like to engage in conversation. Don't be shy. Anyone? I can unmute all and we can all just go for it too.
Okay,
Okay, Leila.
before, I'm only talking about the time that I've been with Livermore Fil-Am, and Lani could probably talk more about previous history because her mom was very involved. The whole family, I think, even the cousins and everybody was very involved at the beginning of Livermore Fil-Am. But when I started, during the summer, we were just doing Livermore Fil-Am picnic. And usually that picnic, it was just us officers and our relatives, hardly any attendance. And so when we started doing Filipino Barrio Fiesta, that first year, well, actually the one at the library was an eye-opener because we got a really diverse group from all over. And we have people even from San Mateo, San Jose coming, joining us, celebrate and becoming members. So then when it was brought to the Bankhead Plaza, it was just exploded. And our membership went up, our scholarship enrollments went up, applications. And so it brought to mind that the summer picnic that we were just doing for members is not the way to go, because it's just the same old group. It's just the officers, whereas the Filipino Barrio Fiesta, it was everybody. It was very inclusive in all the different areas. And one of the things that outside mentors like Moni Knapp and people I've known through Tri-Valley Nonprofit, Center for Excellence, saying we were really small and we needed to expand. And the funny thing was, we were big before, because the original name of Livermore Fil-Am is Filipino American Organization of Livermore Amador Valley, which included Pleasanton and Dublin. That's the three. But then Pleasanton decided to go off on their own. And as far as I know, they are no longer in existence, because when you're a small organization, you have the same, people doing the work, you do get burnt out. And luckily for us in Livermore, we have been, the previous officers like Corey and Betty de Guzman and Raquel and Elsie say, they've been so supportive of the Kelsey family, Pinky and Fred and stuff. They've been so supportive of the program that from the Livermore Amador going into Filipino, the Livermore Filipino American, even though it's small, it's got so many dedicated people. And then now we've expanded it, and the exposure that we got from the Civic Library and the Bankhead Plaza really, really, exposed the organization. And thank goodness for Myrna. We have new members here like Christina and Merle, and the same families that have been there, like Lani's family and Cherry's family, Ruby. It's just a mixture of the old and the new members and officers. It's just really, really helped this organization. And it's the Barrio Fiesta at the Bankhead we have so much to thank for it. Thank you, Arthur.
Thank you, Auntie. Is there anybody else that'd like to say anything? Okay, then I'll talk. So 2016 for us was a big year, just because we had come out of our debt over at the Bankhead, and we had very tumultuous, probably like 2 to 3 years prior. We got a new executive director, and he was very gung-ho. I'd like to actually thank him now. My hair is weird, but I'd like to thank Scott Kennison for just saying yes, because if it wasn't for him, then we wouldn't have done what our hearts were telling us to do. It's me, but it was also Denise Bridges. We were the two Filipinos at the Bankhead at the time, and we wanted to do a Barrio Fiesta, and we had a big vision, and we still continue to hold on to that vision. It's stayed the same since, and it just has different iterations. But very thankful to have gotten the go. And I think it was God's timing to have that happen for us, and also happen for the Livermore Fil-Am organization, and to have both forces combine and put on Barrio Fiesta, and to have it be such the success that it is. I have this saying that it doesn't matter if there's one person or 100 people or 1,000 people. If we're gathered, then it means something. And I've stuck to that, luckily, because there was a year where there was hardly anybody, and actually there was, I guess threat is the word, but threat of discontinuing this passion of Barrio Fiesta. So lucky that the ancestors, hold us dear and have always taken care of us. And it's funny, I'll just say a secret because, we're into secrets nowadays. But I think 2016, we only put this, we put it together in under a month? We really didn't have any time, and to see how it turned out was amazing. I think the biggest thing for me was definitely getting the proclamation, and finally saying, yes, we're here, in the middle of Livermore. And that's a big thing. If you really break it down, it's huge to be Filipino and say, hey, we're here. We've been here, actually, for a long time. There's many families that are still here. So it was a very joyful and prideful moment, and I'm glad to have been a part of it all the way with you all as well. If there's no more comments, then I'll move on to 2017. I think we'll get into commentary about 2017. That seems short, but a lot happened that year. I guess I'll speak first. So for 2017, it really showed that we could do it again, and also that we could do new things and bring things that we haven't done before. It's the second year, so it's kind of like business, right? So for businesses, you give them 3 years or bust. And so for us, we were always, well, I mean, not to get into it, but for nonprofits, you don't get a 3-year period. You get it right the first time or you don't. So the second one was a little nerve-wracking, but we were able to implement some things and get some really high-quality people. Like we got PKE there, you know, and that was amazing because they're actually direct descendant lineage of Master Danny, Master K, when it comes to the Kulintang. So to have that, and to have that be their first time performing at Barrio Fiesta, that's magic. Not a lot of people know that, and not a lot of people play into it or think about it. But that is a piece of history that happened in Livermore. And then to have Ron Muriera speak, that was amazing. And to hear more about our Filipino American history through his speech and talking about the forgotten soldiers. And then having fans having the display at the bankhead, that was amazing too. And to have Jose Rizal's novella at the bankhead. I mean, that's Jose Rizal's, you guys know who Jose Rizal is, right? So I mean, that's well, for those that don't know, it's one of our heroes. That's one of our Filipino heroes. And to have his items there is magic. That you don't get that anywhere, and to have that available for the public, that's something really special that we did, and I'm really proud of that as well. Pride always comes with Filipino Barrio Fiesta in a good way, you know, and it's all inclusive, like Auntie Layla said. It's always been inclusive, hence being in public, and people enjoy it. So with that, that was 2017. Are there any other thoughts from anybody? We haven't mentioned how hot it's been every year. I mean, going back to 2016, we had gray mats that we used as our staging, and those things actually attracted the heat, and our feet were calloused. But we did it for love.
Yeah. I remember that, Arthur, when I think it was Ate Myrna, she danced and she mentioned that afterwards her feet were burning. I don't know if she was dancing barefooted or not, but yeah, she did mention that, and I thought, well, next year will have to be better, and it was. So yeah, good memories.
Yes, absolutely. I think so. I remember that because she had to sit down after her performance because she was getting lightheaded because it was so hot. And at that time too, I mean, that was really a signal or a sign that we need to do better in terms just for our own safety, right? So with that, we went on to 2018, and 2018 was I'm not even going to get into it yet, but 2018 was the year. Auntie Layla, go ahead.
I just remember poor Max getting his feet burnt because he went barefoot on that stage. I felt for him, poor thing.
He was so angry. I remember. I mean, of course, you're like a 10-year-old and you're being forced to dance, and not being forced.
It burned his feet. It was like, what do you call the fire walk? He had to metal walk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, we thought we would do better getting a raised stage, but it doesn't matter because the sun still hits it. So there's no point. We're probably almost better just doing the
On the concrete.
because then we would have saved on labor. But it was hilarious enough, and it was a learning lesson, like it all is. You know, when we do these things from our puso, from our heart, you know, and we do it out of love for each other and for everyone. It's amazing because none of these things are a failure. You know, like these are all really good learning lessons. So it's really a blessing to not even work, but to be a part of it in that way. You know, where you can do it from a heart space instead of you know, oh, I have to get 10,000 people here and we have to hit numbers and all of these things. So it was really special. And I think 2017 we didn't hit as many people. You know, 2016 it was like maybe 250 or something like that. But for 2017, I think it was too hot. There was other things going on, and there was only like 100 people, if that. You know, so it was a letdown in that sense from others, not for me, and I hope not for any of the members of Fil-Am, but it was definitely a learning experience. And then we moved on to 2018. But before that, I do want to get into the tribute for Auntie Myrna, so I'll go ahead and play the video for that. Does anybody else have anything to say? Okay. Let's share. So I'll go first. I think everybody should say something. But thank you, Auntie Myrna, for teaching us all of this time. It's been difficult. Can I say that out loud? I mean, it's been fun, but I think that even just seeing the space that we practice in, it's not optimal, let's say. But to still do it and to have vision for us and to still push us to be better dancers and good dancers, you're a real teacher for that. And you move with so much grace and ease and it flows, and your characterization is phenomenal. So I mean, when you do the itik itik, I don't know the difference between a bird and you, because you really have the movements and the characterization down of that, and it goes so well with the music. So you really have the years of experience, and we're really blessed to have that as part of our experience as we learn about our own cultural dances, and to have that for us to do that in public for people. It's nerve-wracking, but it's amazing. I remember all the times we would practice, and there's times where it's just like, oh, we're here. But we stuck through it, and we had great, we made something great out of it, regardless of, being in a small enclosed space that might not be conducive to big groups of people practicing. We had to separate our practices. We couldn't just practice and have groups of practice in front of mirrors to really critique ourselves. We literally are in a small portable doing what we do, and we were still able to provide our dances to the public, and it still looked amazing. So that's definitely kudos to our teacher. So I just want to thank her, applaud her, send all the love to her, because she deserves it all.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You still have a raised hand, Auntie Leila, if you want to talk.
I talk too much, sorry.
It's like we're going to just carry this. It's just going to be us two. It's okay.
I just wanted to point out to everybody in the audience that we do have a website, Livermore Filipino American Organization, at the Gmail website or the Google website. And there is a page dedicated to Myrna as a volunteer. Guys, she doesn't get paid to teach us how to dance. She teaches us, and she should get paid because we're such, some of us are really good dancers, but like me, I got 2 left feet. It's like, what can I say? I just love to dance, but sometimes dancing doesn't love me. But it definitely loves Myrna. I love her. And on that page, it's dedicated, that talks a little bit about Myrna and her little history. And the Livermore Fil-Am will not be where it is today without her. I mean, absolutely, the dances have encouraged people to join us, to dance and to watch us. And we owe so much to her for bringing us to where we are right now. Love Myrna. Love you, Myrna.
Love Myrna.
Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody else have something to say? Okay, Auntie Lani.
Okay. So I think we need to be recognized. I think it was Ruby. Ruby was the one that brought us Myrna. And I don't think we would be where we were at with our dancing without Ruby's, encouragement for her to join us. So, I mean, that's what brought me into the organization. My family, yes, was very active in the film organization, but, as a youth, as a teenager, as a young adult, I just wasn't into it. I know my mother was very active, but as I got older, I wanted to learn more of my culture, and I like dancing, just like Layla. I like to dance, but I didn't have anybody to show me the cultural dance. And when, I was invited to join the dance troupe, I thought, yes. And I truly appreciate everything she's taught me. I'd love to get back together and us relive all those dances that we did, because, as you get old, you forget. But I miss that all. And I truly appreciate Myrna and all the ladies I met through the dance. So thank you so much. Were you able to hear me?
Yeah. Can anybody? So I just want. Okay, thank you. I just want to say about Myrna that her passion for dancing, especially our cultural folk dancing, is very contagious. She is just a super dancer and a very super friend. So we're really blessed as an organization, individually also as a group, very blessed to know Myrna. And that's all I have to say with my friend.
Yes, thank you, Auntie Ruby. Thank you for hunting and gathering Auntie Myrna and bringing her to the Livermore Fil-Am organization. It's probably one of those things that, God's carrying us and bringing us all of these gifts, because to have her here, especially with the storied past that she has, I mean, she's a champion award-winning dancer. And the Filipiniana dance troupe that she danced with is is nationally recognized in the Philippines. It's not some small group. This is big, and when you look at those performances that they have online, oh man, that's the kids would say that's fire nowadays. But it's
And
true.
Mirna will only teach us the right way.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part, the right way. Because most Filipino dancers right now, they just copy on YouTube and they do their special spin on it. But Myrna, very strict about doing it the right way, the right Filipino way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even quick story is that even with the Las Positas Fil-Am group that was there, they are putting their own spin on the tinikling, which is the bamboo sticks dance. And so with that, they're just seeing it on YouTube and doing it, but it's not even the dance itself. I have gained a critical eye for dancing because of the steps that were taught to me by Auntie Myrna. So seeing how they have done it, the group from Las Positas, compared to what I've been taught by Auntie Myrna, there's a big a big gap that needs to happen in the learning. So it can be true to the dance and the culture because these steps have been brought down for years, for ages. And so we're learning those same steps that our ancestors a long time ago learned. The first steps, when you do itik itik, when I was doing ifagaw, you know, um, the small variations in my feet, that is a direct step from ifugao, back then. So, to not do that is not honoring and not doing the dance itself. So it's nice to get into it, and to have fun with it. But to really learn is something special, and it doesn't come often and often enough. And so that's why Auntie Myrna is such a jewel, something to be treasured because she has that knowledge and that experience to bring to everybody. She should be paid thousands of dollars for that. You know what I'm saying? It's true. It's very true. So with that, I'm going to get into 2018. This is the year. I mean, every year is really special. 2018 just did something different.
say there is so much more. We have been here again for several centuries. We've settled here in the last 100 years. But our stories, this story, how many of you actually, this is a new thing you've never heard of in your entire life? Raise your hands. Let me see. I see some hands, and some of you might not want to raise your hands because maybe it's a little embarrassing. But it's okay. That's why we have a new center. We're trying to make sure that this history is never forgotten. That we've played a really important role in American society. We're contributing in so many ways. And the only way our future generations will remember is if we remember. Right? So I just encourage you, follow us on Facebook. It's the Bulusan, BULOSAN, Center for Filipino Studies. It's at UC Davis.
I can't say enough things about 2018. So much happened that year, and there are some things that I definitely did that were different in terms of just putting together the event. I don't want to get into it because those are like the secret things that I do to make things happen. But I do want to just say my utmost gratitude for hanging in there. I think that that year really changed everything. And also, it's not just what I did and what you did and what we all did. I think it was also time. I think that it's interesting for me to say this out loud, but I feel like Livermore has definitely changed. And I feel like we started to see that in 2018. If you compare 2018 to even 2016, there's a big difference in the demographic that's out there, and just the overall acceptance of people in general. I think also Livermore downtown has blossomed, and we started to see that also in 2018. And we started to also see, I mean, it's just a bunch of different things connecting all at the same time, coming from everywhere. Because at that point, too, there's a lot of people that started moving in, and there was a lot of middle-aged, working-class families that had started to move in and wanted to go to free events, cultural events, you know, and food. What else? I mean, right? But all of these factors played a big factor in the event itself, and it was such a big deal. I think what happened was I also piggybacked on some of the success that that I had previously and started to do away with the things that were not working. So that way it was more of a focused energy on things that could be done right. And we saw that. I don't know, like we literally had 1,000 people. You know, like we had that many people. We had different performances from all over the Bay Area. I'm continually importing people, and I'm still staying true to, you know, honoring the ancestors in the past, as shown by our alliance with the Bulasan Center, which is a nationally renowned and worldwide known, you know, center, and we have Livermore Filipino history in that center. So we are, you know, known throughout the world. You can go to the website and see we're in the archives. So it's a big deal. And also, I think we also stay true to the youth. You know, you saw the performance from K Fresh, and you always see that we always have up and coming artists. It's like as soon as they start, you know, some of their first performances are with us. So that's really special because they're allowing us. We're giving the platform for youth to express themselves, and we're also receiving that energy back, having them and their support in what they do and their artistry. Because I mean, for Filipinos, we are entertainers. Even like uncles and lolos, they're entertainers. They have been entertaining since birth. Like my lolo is the sharpest dressed man, and you know, always going to be the life of the party. That's just how it is. And so we're able to have that for our youth as well. There's so many good things to say about 2018. I think my last thing is that it was really special to me to have the awards. It's a big deal to have the award portion of this event, because that holds a very significant place in my heart. And the way that it all went accordingly, which is very interesting, is that the awards came out of nowhere. That award, the Heart of My People award, that came from some random person. His name's Nico, was sitting in the Bankhead Plaza with a typewriter, and he would typewrite poems and just hand them out, just willy-nilly, randomly, on his off days. So, you know, I was telling him about Barrio Fiesta, and he was talking about the time that he lived in Hayward with all of, in a big house of Filipinos. I mean, what Filipino house is not big? You know, we know community because we live community. Our houses are like 5 people at least, in like a 2-bedroom house. That's how it's worked here in America. And so he typed a poem for me about that and about the heart of our people and how compassionate and strong it is, and that it weathers through anything and is able to give, and it teaches our kids that value of giving and self-sacrifice. It was an amazing poem, and it turned into the award, and then obviously I did an award for the Bankhead Theater for people that have partnered with us there. So, you know, Polsky Ruma was the recipient of that this year in 2018. And then the Heart of My People Award went to Pauline Evangelista as a youth, and then also to Robin, who is the chair of the executive director of the Bulusan Center. And then, and rest in peace to her son who just passed away recently. So honoring that. And then Joe from Bayani Art, which has, you know, preserved our culture and pushed it on to the youth through all the things that he's doing. Even now he's doing a coloring book as well, and his daughters graduated SFSU and majored in anthropology, I believe, to further our culture. So, you know, it's amazing that we have had these kind of people support us here in Livermore, and just very appreciative of that happening. With that, I do ask if any of you would like to speak. Anybody? Anybody? Did I say it all? There's so many good things from 2018. I don't even know. I guess I'm just running the show. If not, we can move on to 2019 if that's okay with you guys.
That's okay. I speak too much already.
Okay. Yeah. So that was 2018. I just have to say that you just have to be there to experience these things, because it is one thing for me to talk about it in retrospective, and then it's another thing to just watch the slideshow, which doesn't, it only has like, you know, a tiny fraction of what's happened. So, you know, it's Barrio Fiesta is amazing. Auntie Ruby will ask to unmute you.
I just want to say that that year you did the Ifugao dance, right? Did
The
you
what?
hear me? The Ifugao dance?
Yeah, the Ifugao.
Yeah, and I want to just pay tribute to my dad. My dad did the same thing. He did the Ifugao dance for the president of the Philippines. He was
Oh,
with
wow.
Yeah, and I wanted to pay tribute to my dad, because if it wasn't my dad, I wouldn't be in here. Because I think he was the one that that signed me up for Fil-Am years and years ago when he was here, and I never really knew about it. And then I getting all this newsletter, and then I said, "Dad, what is this?" And he said, "Well, I signed you up for Fil-Am," and he really believed in the culture. So I want to pay tribute to my dad. Thank you.
Thank you to your dad, Auntie Ruby. That's really special. I love those stories. Like, those little connections really bring us here, you know? They're reasons why we're here. And, you know, when we look back, even just looking back at this, like, there's reasons why we are the way we are. There's reasons why we're here right now in this moment in time, is because people like your dad, you know, have signed you up. You think it's random at the moment, like it doesn't matter, but it does matter, because now you're here with Livermore Fil-Am, and you're an important player. You're an important person in this organization, you know, and you've done amazing things. Look at what Livermore Fil-Am has done. So, I mean, we're here, and that's a tribute to your dad, you know, as a piece of that, you know.
Yeah, I'm really honored to be part of the organization. Really honored.
Anyone else?
Ruby, we're so glad that you're with the organization, because we need a numbers person.
Ruby is the person. Ruby is the person. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get on to 2019. Yeah, I'm just soaking in 2018's vibrations right now. It's just amazing. 2019 is something the same and different. It was interesting leading up to but it was a blessing. It was such a blessing all the same. It really shows that, if anything, and I'm talking before the video even starts, but every year I'm surprised and not surprised. It's like I'm surprised by, how held I am by the ancestors, able to do this work, which is just, sacred work and life work. But to bring people together, I'm so surprised and in awe of it. And then when it happens, it's like, man, this, of course, right? So I just am in love with it, love with that. So let's get on to 2019. Oh man, there was so much energy in 2019. I don't even know what to say. Leading up to it, I had actually, I guess I'll talk starting with leading up to it. Obviously, we have our multicultural season over at the Bankhead Theater, and I had been working like 2 weeks straight already by that time. And the day before was Taste of Africa. So I was working that, and that was probably like a 12-hour, 16-hour shift. And then I went straight into Barrio the next day. I don't know how, but I guess it just happens that I have that kind of energy. But you know, like I was saying earlier, when you run from the heart, you just have a lot of energy. There was a lot of things that happened that were negative leading up to it, and even after it, I got a lot of flack and negative feedback. But I know that it was amazing nonetheless. You know, we did everything we've been doing prior, and our numbers continued to rise. If we're talking about numbers even, right? There was nothing negative that happened at our at Filipino Barrio Fiesta 2019. Absolutely everything positive. Even me not having shoes. You know, I lost my shoes in the. You guys saw my feet in the pictures, right? But I didn't have shoes the whole event, and I didn't step on anything bad the whole time. But really, it was very, I guess, grounding to put my feet in the grass and to be able to dance. You know, Maddie B, when she got on, that was amazing to see all types of all generations, from young to old, all colors, you know, white, black, brown, red, yellow, you know, everyone was there, and just dancing and partying and celebrating each other, because that was the whole point of any of this, really, is to celebrate each other, through celebrating ourselves. You know, that's the goal, the mission, and so people know that because they feel it when they attend. We had, once again, like 1,000 people. Like, it was crazy. And I think I probably started promo like 2 weeks prior, which really means that people looked forward to it because they knew it was coming regardless. I think people, by this time, having done it 4 years, people know that October is Filipino American History Month. And even if they don't know that it is, they know that something's happening, you know, because they know that, you know, all of the things are happening. At this time, too, is the first Pride ever, right? So Pride happened the following week, or in the following 2 weeks, Pride happened, you know. And so I think that, and I take this credit, I don't take it lightly, but, you know, and I'm not taking it egotistically either, but I know that for a fact in my heart of hearts that Filipino Barrio Fiesta from 2016, when it first started, when we first started it, is the reason that Livermore is the way it is. We were just talking about, you know, the connections and the stories that make us, you know why we're here. You know, that bring us clarity and knowledge of the reason we're here. The reason Auntie Ruby's here is because of her dad. And so the reason that any of us are here really is because of Filipino Barrio Fiesta 2016. That happening opened the door for everybody. It just opened the door. And us continuing to do it, and including more and more cultures, that was an amazing thing. And it made other organizations say, hey, we can do it too, and we're going to do it. And we're going to also be included with you guys. You know, Pride reached out, and we did a collaboration for them too. So we did a lot of stuff happen, and there's a lot of things in the background that were happening too. We were looking into Danish celebration and Irish celebration, like, you know, everybody, because that's what it's about, right? We get it, you know? So there was that. But yeah, 2019, that was spectacular. Once again, I mean, the ancestors really hold me in their heart because, yeah, I lost my shoe. Yeah, there was some things leading up to that event. If you remember, now I'm just recalling right now, but I don't think I had a voice. I think that my energy was low, and my voice was very low too, especially in the beginning. I think I was talking about suffering and the amount of suffering that everybody's going through, because that year too, especially, a lot of people had passed. Even right before Barrio, there was 2 people that had passed, and so there was families that I was holding space for prior to, and so I was just talking about all of that, and I didn't know where I was necessarily, just because I was going through things. but I know that it was a very special time and very special moment, and it just reinforces the fact that when we get together for the celebration of each other, good things happen. It's always good. You know, Filipino Barrio Fiesta has always been good. And I'm so honored to be part of that and to bring that forward. Even through this, us coming together and celebrating each other and these memories that we have, it's special. It's totally special. And I'm so thankful to be part of it. In terms of the people that were there, and the performances, once again, we're having people that it's their first time performing. Mini Mixed is their first time performing, and they were able to do it for us there. That was amazing. You know, Simone with Color Her Story received the Heart of My People award. That was amazing, and she went on to do great things. She's actually the first entrepreneur to have a coloring book geared towards women of color. So every coloring page is for empowering women, and each page is an empowered woman. And then she just released, like earlier this year, her second coloring book. She's gone on to receive more awards, and just gone on to do great things and keep growing. It's amazing. K Fresh, you know, we saw her dance, and then this time we saw her dance with the Freestyle Dance Collective. Well, she, as soon as you know, COVID-19 hit, she just started doing, because she does scrunchies, so she actually makes scrunchies. And what she did for her pivot was she started making masks. And then she started making masks and had mass distribution. She was distributing to all the nurses, and, you know, got featured on the news channel for her work. And then the Sharks, the San Jose Sharks, also featured her for her work. Remember, she's only 12. She's only 13. You know, like, these, you know, when we say we honor our youth, it's just an honor to be in front of them or be with them, because they're already doing things that, you know, for me personally, I've never even thought of at that age. At that age, I was still a knucklehead. So, you know, it's really amazing to be in the presence of honorable youth and seeing them grow and watching them do what they do. And also, to get an award, also, our Bankhead, you know, multicultural partner was Livermore Fil-Am. It's kind of interesting because it's like I'm awarding myself, kind of. But I'm also the mediator between the two. And, you know, in the past, I didn't always use my power or didn't step into my power, but I know with these awards, I did. You know, I've been giving them to our multicultural partners for a couple of years prior. So I've been giving it to Chezename, you know, for West African, our collaboration with West African culture. I've been giving it to the Livermore American Indian Center. I gave it to Polsky, right, for the hip-hop arts and bringing that to the schools. And so I also honored you all by giving you an award as well through the Bankhead. So I have it here, and I'm going to read it off because it's special. It's a special fact, and it actually leads on to more thoughts. Let me go get it really quick. It's past the avocados over here. So there. So this LV PAC Multicultural Partner Award is to the Livermore Filipino American organization for persevering and for holding on to the Filipino cultural traditions and passing them on in the Tri-Valley for over 50 years. So Livermore Fil-Am has been in the Tri-Valley for over 50 years. Like, I'm not even 50 years old. I don't even know what that's like. I don't know where I'll be at 50, but it's been a long time. You know, I don't have any words when it comes to that. Like, how can an organization strive and thrive and survive for 50 years? Well, you're looking at it. You know, it's through these community partnerships. It's through doing these things for the community. It's for holding each other close and honoring each other, really. If anything, if we're not doing any of these things, if we're not doing barrio, if we're not doing dancing, it really is just about, connecting with each other, going to each other's house and checking in on each other, making sure everybody's okay. That's how it's been. I remember when I was young, that's what it was. When my mom was in Livermore Fil-Am, it's really just like, kwentohan, right? Just kwentohan is like just talking, just having conversation with your friends. So, kwentohan. And it's really about checking in. And that is community. And that is something. And it's been going on for 50 years in the Filipino American, in Filipino American culture here in the Tri-Valley. And only now is it being recognized. Only in 2016 did we get a proclamation, and that was probably another time I used my power. But like that's another. It's been so long, and then we finally got it. If we're not recognizing each other, who is? So even today, having a Filipino Barrio Fiesta online, and going through these awards with you, it's me recognizing you guys and all the work that you all have done. So I congratulate you all for being part of the 50 years. That's 50 years. And, like I said, if it's not us, then who? And we know that. Who else knows that but us? Definitely. Especially, we're dancing in portables, and we're still bringing food for each other. Don't forget that, right? We're still checking in on each other, right? We're still making sure our kids are okay, as they, watch us dance and they dance with us. Things like that. That's community. That's culture. And that is my soapbox. Ta-da. If you all have anything to say, definitely, you can raise your hand. Antilani.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, you're talking about how we've been around for 50 years. So I think back, when my mom and her friends, when they started this organization, I was just a little kid then. 67, I had to been like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. But anyways, I remember my mom having meetings in the house. And it was just a small group of Filipinos. And, the reason for doing that is because back then in 67, Livermore Valley was, you could designate Livermore, Pleasanton, Dublin. They were small little communities, and the Filipinos were spread out. They were mostly farm workers back then. There was a few that worked at the lab. Of course, there were the nurses, but it was a way to bring all of them together, to meet, to socialize, like you said, to just to chit chat. And from there, it grew into, let's start an organization. And of course, back then, it was mostly men that led it. It was the women that were thinking of it, but the men had to lead it. But, I think back of those men back that were in office before my mother was. They were strong men. They were leaders. And I respected them. Even as I grew older, I knew them as I grew older and what they did. And then my mother stepped in. And of course, they didn't like that, having a lady leader. But, my mother had a lot of respect from the community, and they'd put her in office. And I have to tell you, she struggled. She told me I had a lot of, not a lot of support from the men. But, behind every strong man is a woman. And these wives, hey, they told their husbands, you don't, you respect her. She knows what she's talking about. She knows what she's doing. But my mom did it. And I remember the parties they used to have, the get-togethers, the fiestas they had every year. Always a big turnout. And it was like that for a good 30 years. And then it started to decline. People got older. We tried to get the younger generation to come in. And it was people like Corey that came in, who moved into the community. It was just a lot of the younger families that started to come in, and Corey bringing them in, encouraging them, keeping them in there. And it was because of Corey that it kept going. I know it in my heart, it was her. And I get emotional thinking about it because it's our culture. And you don't want to lose that, especially now as big as Livermore is. I mean, we have a lot of Filipino families, but it's always the same families. And with you, Arthur, as the younger generation, your voice, you need to bring those people in. You know, you talk about the Las Casitas, you know, their organization. Bring those fresh faces in, because we're getting old. We're relying on your generation now to keep it going. You know, we did the first 50. We're counting on your generation to keep it going. You know, you have us in the background. We'll be there to support you, but truly, we need some young blood to keep it going another 50 years. Hoping to God it will continue. You know, as an organization in the Livermore Valley for 50 years, that's quite an accomplishment. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Thanks.
Thank you, Auntie. Yeah, it's so honorable hearing that story. I mean, I can only imagine. You know, your mom's really respected. Even my mom, you know, hung out with your mom, so I already know. But you know, I can only imagine the struggles that she had at that time. Only thinking about how that time was framed. You know, this is during civil rights, or in '67. It's still a small farming town, so you're going to have, you know, very ingrained messages and ingrained thoughts. But for your mom to continue to persevere, that kind of strength I can only ask for. You know, that's really special, and I really want to like honor your mom for just continuing to do it. There's no reason to. Like, you don't have to, right? We don't have to do these things, but we do these things, and so it's amazing that we still continue even through all the adversity we face, right? Like that is admirable, and so that is admirable of your mom as well. And I just want to send my respect to her, because that is love. And thinking about the future, you know, they always say 5-year plan. They never say 50. I don't know what it's gonna be like in 50 years. I'll be 90. But I know that what we do now does matter. And I know that what we've been doing with Barrio Fiesta does matter, because we've always been pulling in youth. And there is a reason that I pull in, you know, performances from out of the area. You know, I see the inspiration and see what's happening, and I want to inspire those who are in Livermore. You know, we can go on. I can go on a tangent. You know, people usually just grow up and then they just want to leave Livermore, which is okay. You know, you need to explore the world, but I would love for those to bring that knowledge and experience back as well, and enrich our culture with their stories. You know, I think that's very important. I think that we're doing it. You know, with Barrio as we continue. I'm honored to just be part of it all. You know, if I collapse tomorrow, I know that it'll still keep going. I know that we've put things in motion that won't stop. You know, even if it gets broken down to its core once again is Kwentohan, and that doesn't stop. You know, our culture doesn't stop, because at the end of the day, I know that we're all connected, and each one of us will go to our friends and just check on them. That's what it is. You know, we can have these big celebrations, like I said. It won't necessarily matter. Not to say that it doesn't matter, but it won't necessarily matter when it comes to that core fundamental thing, which is Kwentohan. You know, and that building community that way, and then passing that on to the youth, like you said. Yeah, definitely. I do have a couple things up my sleeve, as I'm a firecracker like that. So stay tuned, because yes, we will involve more youth, and it's going to be, when we do get into physical space again, it'll be safe. It'll be a celebration, and it'll definitely be an elevation of everybody celebrating, especially the youth. If you haven't gathered through the videos, if you haven't gathered that, I'm celebrating the ancestors and I'm celebrating the youth. Um, Watch this video again then, because because that's all it's about. You've seen all of the youth that have attended. You've seen all of the ancestors that we celebrate, through everything we do. So we're gonna continue to do that. I think I just kept talking for like 10 minutes, but I think that's it for me. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I finally heard a good job. And I heard a good job from everyone from, Livermore Fil-Am last year. I received a letter from you all thanking me for the work that I've done and partnering with the organization between the Bankhead and Livermore Fil-Am. So I just want to thank you all for that. Like I said, I got flack for it, and I didn't even get a good job. So, it hurt. But at the same time, I'm here now, so... It's all good. And we're going to continue. So that's it for the retrospective portion of it all. Thank you all so much for being here. I am going to turn the microphone and the stage over to Auntie Cherry, who will close with some final thoughts, and then I'll come back on and then have some final thank yous to say as well.
So Arthur, we appreciate you. So thank you very much. And so we would like to do this. Fil-Am Livermore would like to say special thank you to you for your dedication and passion in bringing the Filipino Barrio Fiesta to the Bankhead Plaza, giving a platform to present Filipino culture to the Livermore community and to the Tri-Valley as a whole. We hope that you continue to persevere doing more of what you love, and that this Barrio Fiesta will continue from our generation to many more generations. So Arthur, with pride, we would like to, Fil-Am would like to honor you with this small token. It says Livermore Fil-Am Organization is awarding Arthur Barinque for outstanding leadership, Barrio Fiesta Coordinator 2016 to 2020 and onwards. Thank you, Arthur. Here's for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys did not plan that, or I didn't put that in the timeline, so surprise.
We're full of surprises up our sleeves too.
I accept it, and I accept where I'm at. Thank you all for being patient with me as I've been grieving along in this process as well, having gone through everything I've gone through last year, and really trying to push, not just our culture. You know how I am. It's for everybody. But pushing our culture and just keep pushing culture. I've been grieving it because we haven't been able to do it, or at least I feel like I haven't been able to do it as much. But I'm really thankful that at least this is still happening, and I know that it still continues with me. It doesn't stop. And if I am grieving, then I'm grieving, and that doesn't mean that my culture it stops. The ancestors don't stop. Like, they hold me all the time. You all hold me all the time, and thank you so much for that. I've been crying like all week because I'm looking at all of the looking at all the photos and all the videos, and really like, oh, we did that. We did something more than ourselves. It was never about me. It was never about any of that. It was about the culture, and it was about others, and really giving to others, and being, being of service, and really elevating others. So, thank you so much for recognizing that. I mean, I can't say anything else. I got words, I got curse words like, yeah! because, because, but yeah, it's really, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. Oh man, that has, you all have a special place in my heart. Fil-Am has a special place in my heart. And I guess if I go back even, it was always meant to be. Because when I think about growing up, I came from poverty. I came from Southside Chicago. This is the Austin neighborhood, and it was not pretty. And we finally moved to Livermore when I was 8. So I had already within me ingrained theories and ways of being in order to survive. But my first concepts of community were through my mother bringing me to Barrio Fiesta at the fairgrounds, bringing me to Livermore Fil-Am events, even to powwows when we had powwows over at, I forgot, Sonoma site, before Sonoma turned into all those houses. This was in the 80s. And so being young and impressionable, I might have not understood it, but I understood it in some way that I understand it now. It's the same. Whenever we are together, it's love. It means something, and it's very special. When we can all get together, there is nothing like that energy or force. And to me, that is a God gift for us to celebrate each other, in community. So I'm thankful for that. And like I said, it just continues. Well, God doesn't stop either, right? So, I mean, there you go. But in any case, I'm thankful, and thank you all for the present, the gift, the award. I look forward to the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay, and it's recorded. Okay, so with that, I think I said a lot of thank yous. I think my final closing words were going to be thank you, but I think I've pretty much said it. Thank you all for being here. I'm excited for what the future holds, and I'm really, really thankful for what the past has given us. This retrospective and looking back at it has really been an eye and a heart opener. Like it's really opened my heart, and it's given me new energy to keep moving forward. Like I said, I was grieving, but now I'm in the process where I can accept and start to move forward with things, and continue in the right on the right path. As we continue with Fil-Am and with our brothers and sisters, our relatives throughout, all people. So thank you for that. And if you'd like to support, obviously I take money every day, all day. But Livermore Fil-Am also would like donations. We have great programs. Our Filipiniana, you've seen that earlier. Filipiniana actually, provides scholarships for graduating seniors in the area. So if you'd like to donate to that, definitely go to livermorefilam.org and then hit the donate button. Or you can talk to me, pull me aside, send me a message or text me, and we can talk about programs. We can talk about how, organizations want to connect and further the cause for each other, because we're all in it together. We have a big, big road ahead of us. I know you all know, and I'm not getting political, but I'm kind of like skimming the top of it. I'm just saying we have a lot of things to do moving forward, and so let's figure out how we can do that for everyone. And you can donate to me for doing that, right? And Livermore Fil-Am. So with that, does anybody else have any remarks? I see in the chat everybody saying thank you. Thank you all so much.
I just want to say that Arthur's birthday is a day before mine. October 16 is his birthday. October 17 is my birthday. That's why we get along. But
Yay, Libra.
anyway,
Yay,
send
happy
him
birthday to both of you.
birthday cards. I don't need any. I'm already old.
Yeah,
He can still celebrate his birthday.
I'll take all the love I can get. So, I mean, if you all are up to it, then send me a message, send me a snail mail, or you can DM me a love letter. And I'll be reading the love letters on my Twitch channel, because that'll be the unveiling of my Twitch. So, yeah. I love love letters. Anything else from anybody before I conclude? Okay then. Thank you all so much. Thank you to all the attendees. Thank you for all the energy and hanging in with me. I didn't think it was going to be 2 hours. I thought it was going to be like an hour. We just breezed through it. But, you know, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. And, hey, guess what? We had Filipino Barrio Fiesta again for the 5th year. So it's been 5 years in running, and it's recorded so we can upload it, and it's on Facebook so you can share it and re-look at it. Go to Livermore Fil-Am, and you can friend Livermore Fil-Am. I'm not sure if it's public, but you can friend Livermore Fil-Am anyway. And then thank you to our sponsors as well. I don't want to forget them for supporting us. It's going to be Vasco Dental, JJ's Lechon. We're going to do Daddy Baker. Yeah, that just sounds cool. That sounds pretty hip. And, and then, is it Sally and Jean's Catering? That's like real Filipino food. You guys should. Oh, you can always contact these organizations or these businesses for food if you'd like. Yeah, and so there's also the website in the chat as well. Thank you all very much. Thank you so much. Thank you to the ancestors. Thank you to, you know, all those before us and then all those ahead of us. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Thank you, Arthur.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, now this is the after party. It's just me. It's still recording too, so I'm gonna play some music. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm just gonna catch up on the chat over here and look at it. I guess I'll gather my thoughts. You know, I think Arsenio Hall, the Arsenio Hall show had like afterthoughts, right? At the end of the event or at the end of his show, he'd always have like a monologue about what happened during the show. So I guess for me, I'll be doing that right now as I look through the chat, you know. Like I said, I'm really thankful for the opportunity, and there's never, it's like every barrio is always healing for me. There's always something that helps me along the way, and I feel like that happened with this barrio. Even though it's not your traditional, it doesn't matter regardless, it still helped me heal because I was able to look at all the past barrios and really just find happiness in that, you know, and the joy in that. It's been amazing, and I'm so thankful for it. And it's just how the ancestors have shown and shown their love and shown healing to me. It's amazing. I can't believe that I'm here now. So I'm really, really thankful, and I'm really, really honored. And I move forward with so much love in my heart because of it, you know? So thank you all for being here. I am going to end this now, and I'm thankful to everybody that joined today. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time and energy. Have a great day. Go enjoy the sun. If you're here in the Bay Area, it's blue skies. So go enjoy it while it lasts, because you never know when it's just going to go away again. Definitely take nothing for granted. All right. Bye.